who empowers us to endeavor to achieve what our heart desires. To my parents for believing in me, nurturing my dreams, instilling the courage and freedom to pursue them. The much anticipated and awaited moment is finally here. I'm deeply gratified to warmly welcome you all on behalf of ElitePlus team to the 12th edition of Vinyl India, the International Summit on PVC and Chlor Alkali. Pranam, Namaskar, Abhar. A very happy good morning to all our distinguished guests. I remain truly yours, Nidhi Verma, and I stand here before you, showing up as your comrade who is 1% more committed to your success than you are. I stand representing ElitePlus team in gratitude and with full responsibility, integrity and commitment to our PVC industry. It's a little emotional moment for me to even stand before such a distinguished audience, leaving alone hosting such global industry luminaries, visionaries, leaders and trendsetters. I extend a heartfelt thanks for your participation, delegate registrations, speaker commitments and associate media collaborations. Your unwavering support, invaluable insights and guidance continue to be the wind beneath our wings. Your deeply interested trust and unconditional affection that you shower on us fuels our fire to serve you better. The core concept behind our summits is centered on possibilities. Our objective is to provide a platform that fosters personal and professional growth. Our intent is to create significant value and winning opportunities. Over the next 2 days, we will craft opportunities in real time, paving the way towards substantial progress with growth. We strive to uphold and endeavor to deliver the highest standards in the domain of global summits for inspiring content for the entire value chain of our industry. The summit substantiates the confidence in the India growth story. India, the place and time to be, here and now. It's the 10th April today, the 100th day of the year. And what a coincidence! We are stepping into the 100th year of commercial success of PVC. I think it's auspicious in that way. As I stand here today, looking back at the journey of Vinyl India, I'm filled with immense gratitude. What started as a small vision, a small spark of an idea in 2010, today the largest congregation of vinyl industry globally. It fills us with humility to share that today we have 1250 attendees from 25 countries, representing 535 organizations that have come together for the 12th Vinyl India Summit. We unveil the logo now. Environmentally friendly building materials, urban water supply, urban sewage and sewage treatment, PVC products, piping, flooring, doors, windows, wires, cables, wood PVC composites. We know that PVC is clearly the better positioned than substitutes for specific infrastructure needs. The next gen now has to move ahead and take responsibility of our industry. They have to take the baton of the new entrepreneurship and bring fresh ideas to our PVC industry. I do realize that the industry is really sustainable when we all attend to end-of-life issues for plastics. The environmentalists who made a big UN cry against VCM, dioxins, furans, till recent past, appear to have buried their grievances against PVC per se, and now shifted their focus to additives. If there is one thing that we all must learn from the scientists like Welder Seaman, it is passion, vigor and commitment, PVC, that brings success to all of us. Our steering committee, leaders of our industry who have formulated the rich content of the well-crafted, tightly packed day schedule. They are responsible for crafting the summit day by day, element by element to the present structure. We are indebted to them. Shri S.S. Nayak, Mr. N. Krishnamurthy, Diwan Sir, Pulin Rajkar, Vivekanand Sane, Arunaji and Raju Venkat. I also take this opportunity to thank the industry colleagues who found value in our endeavor, who have attended the previous editions regularly. They are part of our prestigious Vinyl India Loyalty Club. Members who have attended our summit 12 times, 11 times, 9 times, 8 times, 7 times, 6 times, and 5 times. Participation
of this material, which is exported to other countries after make them into blister packing film. I have understood how media works, and I am very wary of them. Media influences the public influences the government, and this is what PVC is partly being subject to. In spite of its many advantages of low cost, etc., PVC has served us faithfully for decades and decades. I don't believe we need to remove it or get rid of it. I believe we need to modify it a bit. I believe we can modify some of the additives, which may be an easier way. And this wonderful audience here today has the solutions. The solutions will emerge as buyer and supplier meet each other today and stay till the end of the conference. Some of our best speakers are over there, and that's what I intend to do. And I intend to gather this information. I hope I can gather 4 or 5 people who I find very interesting, make a think tank out of them for my company, and we then will move forward in our own little way to bring PVC back to the preeminence that it enjoys. Why is PVC under attack? I'm not too concerned, frankly, about the so-called major environmental issues and all. I mean, the wars going on in India and around the world are affecting our world far more, not only physically, geographically, but also in terms of cost and so on. What I see happening in my industry, and I'm sure it is yours, in healthcare there are forces working to take advantage of materials like ours and many others. The advantage they want to take is they want to put a claim on their label that are very marketing savvy. Claim on their label, this product is PVC free. They're not even technical people. They're marketing people who want that. It's happened to me before. I'm sure it's happened to many of you. In the manufacture of one of our major products, we use titanium dioxide. And this campaign started against titanium dioxide. It's highly toxic, it's carcinogenic and so on. And as soon as we abolished titanium dioxide in our product, it went on the labels, titanium dioxide free. So let's also become savvy in terms of our media presence and fight for PVC, not only from a technological ground that we're trying to do right now, but also in the media. In my industry, if I replace PVC, the following happens, which all these media people don't understand. There are, in the pharma industry, using blister packing film, in India alone, 60,000 formulations of medicine. Around the world, much more. And each of those products will have to be retested by the Pharma Drugs Control Office to check that the stability in the non-PVC type of packaging gives the same desired effect in terms of stability over 2 years on the chemist shelf and in many other features. Now, the Drugs Control Department doesn't have the number of people to do that much testing. It takes years before they test it. The amount of new formulations coming in is more than they can test every year. It's an unending tale. Do people realize what they're doing and saying when they try to change a packaging to something which is more expensive, less customer friendly, and you cannot really introduce it? So where are we now? We need more media to explain these facts to the society and explain to them how little the so-called dangers really are. Now, I'd like to speak more. I have only 5 minutes. I hope I made a point. My point is, fight for your rights. We'll stand together and let's get out.
I must add that I must compliment Nidhi's perseverance in getting me to come. It's been years that she's been requesting. Travel and other commitments stopped me, but her enormous energy and perseverance got me to be present today. Though the topic given to me is strategies for growth and environmental responsibility, I will come to that a little later and just make a few brief background on the industry and topics which are relevant today. DCW is a commodity player in products such as caustic soda, soda ash and PVC. Our PVC plant was set up in the mid-1970s, had a short initial journey. When the naphtha process became uneconomical, the plant was shut, and then on the benefit of imported VCM, the plant was restarted. I must add that India lags behind in the per capita consumption of both PVC and CPVC, which is our new product, which became we became India's first player to make CPVC about 4 or 5 years ago. India's per capita consumption of PVC, as per data published a few years ago, was only about 2 to 3.
Would remember there was a very powerful movie where an actor, the hero, who is unhappy about the delays in judicial system in India, says to the villain that what is this about what is called Tariq pe Tariq pe Tariq. That means you get another date, another date, another date. And what we have seen over the last 1 week is Tariq pe Tariq pe Tariq. So I think things are going to change, hopefully for better. After this storm passes away, the world's investment and trade flows, I believe, are going to significantly change. And once that dust settles, question is where India is going to be. And I believe when some of these over next 3 to 6 months things settle down, you will find that one place which would remain still very attractive, one place which would be beacon of hope, one place where people will find very strong and good markets, that would be India for you. Now, in terms of India, earlier speakers spoke about the per capita. Of course, per capita is low in India. India is the most populous country in the world today. However, the question is how exactly that per capita is going to go up, right, going forward. And there, the subject which I was also looking at in terms of what exactly Government of India and the recent budget, the financial budget we had, what steps government is taking to ensure there will be underlying growth. And I think that is not coming by just a specific program, right? There is a program called Jal Jeevan Mission where piped water is being brought to every single home in India. It is one of the most ambitious projects ever taken in that context. It has gone through about 3 years, and I think it has another 2 to 3 years to go. So there is a significant investment still left, I think close to more than maybe $10 billion plus, and that will require PVC as well as polyethylene pipes, and that is going to continue. Beyond that, beyond just bringing drinking water to every Indian home through pipe supply, also I think critical government is focused on the agriculture sector and farmer sector. And as some of you might know, almost 50% of Indian farmers and 50% of land under cultivation is still dependent merely just on the rains, and that is called rain-fed agriculture. And the government has a very ambitious program of course, this would be a multi-decade growth opportunity where they want to ensure that every farm is irrigated farm, right? And nobody just depends on the rain, because the rain pattern is changing due to the climate change, the dates and the seasons are shifting, and that is creating a huge amount of problems for the farmers. And the only way to solve that problem and their dependence on the rains or rains at a given point of time is that if you could bring water all the way up to the farm, and when you want to bring water on the way to the farm, what is important is that you need to move rivers, you need to bring enormous infrastructure changes. And government in this budget has also announced that, for example, Ganga, some of you might call Ganges as a river. On the Ganges river, there are 2 or 3 river linking projects which are going to take place. And I think over the next few years, that will create enormous opportunity in terms of for the PVC and the PVC pipe. But beyond that particular project, I think in last 1 to 2 years, another 6 or 7 projects have been announced at the various state levels, right? One in northwestern parts of the country, also central parts and southern parts of the country, where a huge amount of commitment is made by central government and the state government together, that we want to bring at least additional, somewhere between 10 to 20 million hectares of
around the world has another kind of footprint certificate. And with this initiative, we're aiming at 2 goals. First, we cannot fix what we cannot measure, and we need to start somewhere. And second, and more important, we want to change our culture, improve our approach to waste, and find solutions to monetize circularity, and how each one of us can contribute to make this a better world. And what a better way to change the culture than using the biggest social platform in the world. With 4 billion followers, the World Cup is coming to North America in 2026. And I'm proud, very proud, to share with all of you that Triton, a company that started in Texas, with its strong Indian roots, that exists thanks to plastic and PVC, has been chosen to lead the Sustainability Committee for the World Cup 2026 City of Houston, the energy capital of the world. But we believe we can do more. For this reason, Tri-Concur, the company foundation, together with the Charles Foundation, are taking this opportunity one step forward. One of our mission has been the inclusion for our diverse people, autism, Down syndrome, and other conditions, which affect about 3% of the population. 1 in every 10 families in India, more than 25 million people are diagnosed with autism alone. We are trying to convince FIFA that in 2026 we need to have the first World Cup for athletes with no diverse, same as the Special Olympics, and we call it the Genuine World Cup. Together with the Genuine Connect, which is our think tank platform to make impactful changes. Last year we had our first international World Cup with 12 teams, and this summer, for our second tournament, we expect 42 teams representing 27 different countries. From Boca Juniors from Argentina to Manchester United, from Paris Saint-Germain to Barcelona, from Ajax from Poland to Yokohama Marines from Japan, or from Rome to Bayer Leverkusen, and many others, also include the national teams. We will have the Mexico national team, Ukraine, the Poland, and yes, we will have the Indian national team playing on the time. Everyone will play at Wedge University. And we think that, and we hope with that example that FIFA will create the first World Cup in 2026 where we hope we have at least 20 national teams and make a more huge impact. Finishing now, when I was invited to speak and given the title What's Changing and Why It Matters for the conference, we were thinking on China versus expansion, on PVC versus urbanization. Little I knew that I was having the privilege to address all of you today. The world was going to be upside down, on a show hard to understand and impossible to defend. And while we want to have USA great, we also wish India to be amazing. And Mexico, the country of my wife, to be terrific. And Europe, where I was born, to be strong. And yes, also China, where we have so many friends to be a fantastic country. I don't like to guess how things will evolve, but what I can tell you is that a Texas company with its strong Indian roots that was built thanks to plastic and PVC is committed to serve India, industry every day better, and give a contribution to make it a great world. Thank you for the privilege to address all today. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
First of all, I am overwhelmed on seeing the big crowd of almost everyone who is involved in the PVC industry. I think I should congratulate ElitePlus, Vinyl India, Nidhi Verma ji. We were there on the 2023 edition. 24 we could not come. So I could see that this conference is going from strength to strength. And it's a pleasure to see that everyone is here, like producers of resins, then the processors, then additives and master batch producers, as well as other stakeholders. It's good to see that everyone coming together and sharing the ideas in a slightly challenging time. Seeing the crowd over here, it doesn't look like the situation is bad for the industry. In fact, everyone seems to be bullish. But I think that the situation is challenging, especially for upstream manufacturers, as we have already seen that right now at the down cycle of polymers, and we all know the problems, high capacity, lesser demand. And by the way, have you checked out today's tariffs? Because in present world, like the stock market, we have to check the tariff on every daily basis, you know what's going to become in another 6 hours or another 10 hours. Everybody has talked about that, but yes, this gives the uncertainty to the business, which is not good. What to plan, how to plan, what to put ahead, what should be strategy requires a long-term stability of policies as well as the environment. PVC is an important polymer. As you know, this is, if my knowledge is correct, then this is the third largest consumed polymer in the country as well. And we are highly dependent on imports right now. The present demand is roughly around 4.4 to 4.5 million metric tons. We produce about 1.5 million metric tons, and we import about 3 million metric tons. So basically, large part, 2/3 of our requirement is met out of the imports. Demand, as everybody has told, is going to grow in the future. 2 years back, when I just came into the sector, the demand imports were roughly around 2.4, 2.2 million metric tons. Production remained stagnant because there was no capacity addition in the last many years now, I think 15 years. India could not see this. So now it is the import is at around 3 million metric tons, so import is continuously increasing. Our estimates say that by 2040, we are going to see a demand of about 10 to 11 million metric tons. Right now, the production of PVC resins is roughly around 1.5, but I wish basically that next year is going to become the watershed year for PVC resin manufacturing. We are going to see the capacity addition of about 2 million metric tons in 2 very big projects. And then over the next 1 or 2 years, there is a visibility of another around 1.5 billion or to 2 million metric tons. So that will take us till 2030. The production capacity as roughly 5.5. Then more than that, I do not see the visibility of the
our Indian plastic industry. And I understand that every Babu is also somewhere there. His blessings are utmost important. May I request him to please come towards the front. May I request Shri S.N. Kabra, MD and Vice Chairman, Plastic Labs, to please come on the dais and hand over the memento to Shri Vivek Jainji. Thank you so much. May I request Shri Amit Chaturvedi, President Operations Petchem Reliance Industries. May I request Shri M.M. Sharma sir to please come on the dais and hand over acknowledgement to us. Tricom Energy, his memento please. Always a blessing, and we look forward for very many years of your precious presence. And I will ask all the keynote speakers to please hand over the memento to our dear Joint Secretary Deepak Mishra sir. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we now break for
Like straight up on screen, we have Battlefield and Cincinnati. So that's our promoter, that's our partner for tea coffee. Please enjoy your tea coffee break and network with one another. And we will be resuming. Similar partners are food partners, stall and media partners.
edition of Vinyl India. हम इसको we are hosting it for the last I think 12 years. बीच में लॉकडाउन में थोड़ा टाइम में नहीं हुई थी. We started in 2011. That was the first Vinyl India. So actually vinyl is a product जिसमें इंडिया में is deficit. 5 मिलियन का डिमांड है और इंडिया में सिर्फ तकरीबन 2 मिलियन बनता है. So lot of foreign interest is there. Lot of international players are there because they make PVC. India only 5 producers are there, and the utility of the PVC product is called the wonder product. आपका हर जगह PVC बनता है, doors, windows, flooring, जो आपका medical का equipment बनता है, वो catheterics जो होते हैं, blood bags, urine bags, ये सब plastic के बनते हैं, umbrellas, shoes, जो आपके flex बनते हैं, hoardings के, आपका medical में, pharma में बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. Then बेसिकली जितनी पाइप्स हैं, जितनी आपकी बिल्डिंग्स की पाइप्स होती हैं, 70% ऑफ द एंटायर पीवीसी प्रोडक्शन इज पाइप्स. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में बहुत ज़्यादा जाता है. डोर्स हो गए, विंडोज़ हो गए, प्रोफाइल्स हो गए. सो इट्स अ वेरी ह्यूजली यूज्ड प्रोडक्ट इन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बेसिकली. नाउ बिकॉज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के ऊपर बहुत डिमांड है, आत्मनिर्भर भारत है हमारा. सो मोदी जी का ये नारा है, तो उसमें सब कुछ इंडिया में बनना है. सो दिस विनाइल इंडिया इज एक्चुअली हैज़ 25 countries CEO today and tomorrow, which is like it's very less that so many countries CEOs come to India, and that is why our joint secretary from Department of Government of India also came, because they also want to have an interaction ki how do we get the foreign companies investing in India. So it's a global platform, and Vinyl India is the largest global PVC summit in the world. सबसे बड़ी विनाइल इंडिया है. कोई ऐसी कंपनी नहीं है जो विनाइल इंडिया में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करती है. सो इन द नेक्स्ट 2 days व्हाट एवरीवन इज गोइंग टू गैदर एंड सी कि हम जो छोटे मोटे चैलेंजेस आते हैं उसको कैसे राइज करें, कैसे 7% ग्रोथ से ऊपर लेके जाएं. हाउ डू वी मेक इंडिया एज द हब फॉर PVC कंजम्पशन एज वेल एज प्रोडक्शन. चाइना में आपको मालूम है, चाइना डंप कर देता है अभी सब मटीरियल, वो उसका क्वालिटी बराबर नहीं होता है. सो इंडिया इज़ द नेक्स्ट फेज ऑफ ग्रोथ, and not only I think the government बट ऑल्सो ऑल द इंडस्ट्रीज जो हैं वो सब इस विनाइल इंडिया को लेके दे सी दैट इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी द लीडर। हमारे 1250 लोग हैं और ये जो द पीपल हु आर अटेंडिंग, ये सब इनका जो स्ट्रेचर है, ऑल ऑफ देम आर CEOs एंड लीडर्स ऑफ द कंपनीज। आपने देखा अभी ओन करते हैं कंपनीज, वो लोग 2-2 दिन बैठते हैं यहाँ पर, बिकॉज वी ब्रिंग द लेटेस्ट इनोवेशंस फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड। वॉट एवर इज़ हैपनिंग, लेटेस्ट इनोवेशन हो, मशीनरी हो, रेजिन हो, जो ये दाना होता है ना पॉलीमर का, जो लेटेस्ट ग्रेड का दाना होता है वो, कंपाउंडिंग हो, आपका कन्वर्टिंग हो, ऑल एंड यूज़र्स हो, सबके यूज़र्स यहाँ पर आते हैं। 360 डिग्रीज़ का अमेलगमेशन बनता है एंड 2 days they are going to be together and by the end of the 2 days एक चार्टर बनता है कि विनाइल इंडिया की इंडस्ट्री अभी नेक्स्ट लेवल पे कैसे जाएगी। सो दिस से कि विनाइल इंडिया पे बहुत बिजनेस होता है, बहुत तरक्की होती है सबकी, क्योंकि हमारा ये मानना है, एलीट प्लस का ये विनाइल इंडिया का कॉन्फ्रेंस है, वी आर एलीट प्लस, मैं उनकी फाउंडर एंड मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हूँ। हमने 2010 में चालू किया था, 2011 का फर्स्ट विनाइल इंडिया था, दिस इज़ द 12th एडिशन। लॉकडाउन में 3 साल का गैप आया था। सो वी फील दैट विनाइल इंडिया इज़ one such platform which has the entire world gathered together और इंडिया इसमें लीड लेके जाएगा। आई थिंक अगले साल मोदी जी को आएंगे, आई होप दैट वो आएंगे। वी ट्राइड दिस ईयर बट आई थिंक नेक्स्ट ईयर वो 100% आएंगे, सो दैट एक प्रोडक्ट को लेके जो इतना इम्पॉर्टेंट है हमारी डेली लाइफ के लिए, मेडिकल के लिए, फार्मा के लिए, ग्रो इंडस्ट्री इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए, हम बैनर बना सकें वर्ल्ड के लिए कि इंडिया इज़ द बेस्ट। यही विनाइल इंडिया का एक नारा है।
ElitePlus have organized a lot of summits like this before also. So अभी क्या कुछ आगे के प्लान्स हैं इसके अलावा?
विनाइल इंडिया की एक्चुअली 3 सिग्नेचर समिट्स हैं। ये विनाइल इंडिया मैंने आपको समझाया PVC का समिट है। देन हमारा एक रहता है फ्लेक्सिबल पैकेजिंग, वो हमारा सितंबर में होता है, दैट इज़ गोइंग टू बी द 12th एडिशन। दैट इज़ अगेन द लार्जेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड। इट इज़ उसमें कम से कम 2800 लोग आते हैं फ्रॉम 40 कंट्रीज़। वो उसका स्केल इतना है, जैसे आपने ये जियो देखा है, वो जियो भी कम पड़ जाता है उसके लिए। अभी हमें समझ नहीं आ रहा हम किधर जाएं उसको करने के लिए, लोग बोलते हैं स्टेडियम में करो। उसमें 3000 लोग आते हैं और एवरी, आप आइएगा, मतलब हम आपको इनवाइट ज़रूर करेंगे। हमारा अभी तारतम आपके साथ शुरू हुआ है, अब चालू किया हमने आपसे बात करना। दैट इज़ अगेन द ग्लोबली द लार्जेस्ट समिट ऑफ फ्लेक्सिबल पैकेजिंग। और विनाइल जैसे एक इंडस्ट्री हुई ना, जो मैंने आपको समझाया, फ्लेक्सिबल पैकेजिंग एक इंडस्ट्री है विच इज़ ह्यूज। उसका मतलब उसका स्ट्रेचर इतना ज़्यादा है कि 3000 हमको बंद करना पड़ता है कि आप एक कंपनी से 4 लोग से ज़्यादा नहीं भेज सकते, क्योंकि फिट ही किधर करेंगे, 3000 से लोग किधर बैठेंगे, आप बताइए। देन थर्ड हमारा जो समिट रहता है वो है रिजिड पैकेजिंग। उसमें इंजेक्शन ब्लो PET, जैसे आपकी ये बॉटल्स होती हैं, आपके टॉयज़ होते हैं, आपके जितनी गाड़ी का अंदर का जो प्लास्टिक होता है वो इंजेक्शन मोल्डेड होता है, आपका फर्नीचर होता है, आपका जितना जो आपके घर में जार्स होते हैं वो सब इंजेक्शन मोल्डेड होते हैं, ब्लो मोल्डेड होते हैं। आपकी जितनी ये शैम्पू की बॉटल्स हैं, आपके टूथपेस्ट है, ये सब रिजिड में आता है ये। सो वो दैट इज़ अगेन द लार्जेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड। हम 3 ही करते हैं, वो 3 हमारा रहता है कि हम उसका अपना लीड बनाए रखें। वो हमारा जून में रहता है एंड दैट अगेन हैज़, उसमें सबसे बेस्ट पार्ट होता है ब्रांड ओनर्स आते हैं। ब्रांड ओनर्स आप जैसे माने कोलगेट, अपना पामोलिव, अमूल, जितने भी ब्रांड ओनर्स आते हैं, एवरीवन अटेंड्स दोस समिट, क्योंकि जो एंड यूज़र है ये सब काम का, ये सब सामान का, वो ब्रांड ओनर है। और आजकल रिसाइकलिंग का इतना बोलबाला है, तो उनको ये देखना है कि जो मटेरियल हम प्रोड्यूस करेंगे वो रिसाइक्लेबल होना चाहिए, एनवायरनमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग जाना चाहिए। आप आइएगा, वो आपको बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगेगा। मतलब इट इज़ अ ब्यूटीफुल समिट। और ये समिट करने का क्या हमारा एम रहता है, इतने साल से गॉड हैज़ बीन वेरी काइंड कि आप, मैंने ग्राफ दिखाया था कि बढ़ता ही जाता है, बढ़ता ही जाता है। जितने लोग इस इंडस्ट्री को बिलोंग करते हैं, वो हमारी डेट्स को हम 1 साल पहले डिक्लेयर कर देते हैं। वो क्योंकि ये सब ओनर्स हैं ना, CEO लेवल के लोग होते हैं, तो इनको अपना कैलेंडर पहले बनाना होता है। सब पूरी दुनिया से आते हैं। बोलते हैं कि ElitePlus की 3 कॉन्फ्रेंसेस का कैलेंडर में सर्कल हो जाता है सबका, कि वो मिस नहीं होती है। बिकॉज यहाँ आके उनको एक तो सबसे लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी का मालूम चलता है, मार्केट का मालूम चलता है कि कौन सा नया प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है, एक दूसरे के साथ कोलैबोरेशन होती है। आप देखिए बाहर बूथ्स लगे हैं, तो एक बहुत अच्छा सा कॉम्बिनेशन है। अंदर आपको नॉलेज मिल रही है और लीडर्स हैं सारे, और बाहर आपकी एग्जीबिशन लगी हुई है। तो जितना आपको बातचीत करना है, मुझे आपसे कुछ समझना है कि आपका कंपनी मेरे लिए क्या कर सकता है, तो बाहर बूथ्स लगे हैं, वो एटलीस्ट इनिशिएट कर सकते हैं, मिल सकते हैं। हमारा एक सॉफ्टवेयर होता है जिसमें पहले से सब मीटिंग्स फिक्स हो जाती हैं, तभी लोग हमारी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में आते हैं। क्योंकि हमारा ये मानना है कि बहुत कम होगा कि इतनी इंडस्ट्री के जो लीडर्स हैं वो एक जगह इकट्ठे होंगे, तो हम उसको वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहते। हर एक इंसान जो यहाँ पर अटेंड करे समिट को, वो बाहर जाए, कोई नॉलेज लेके, कोई एक दूसरे के साथ नेटवर्किंग करके, कोई नया अपना MOU करके, ताकि अगली बार आने के लिए उन्हें लगे कि हाँ एलिट प्लस की समिट्स में हमारा बिजनेस का फ़ायदा होता है। क्योंकि प्यार मोहब्बत एक साइड, बिजनेस एक साइड। अगर उनको बिजनेस का फ़ायदा होगा तब वो अगली बार ज़रूर आएंगे, और तभी जितनी कंपनीज हमारे साथ जुड़ती हैं वो साल पर साल बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस आती ही हैं, क्योंकि हम इंश्योर करते हैं कि उनके इंटरेस्ट का, उनको बिज़नेस ग्रो करने का, उनको यहाँ पर कुछ ना कुछ मिलना चाहिए। और गवर्नमेंट के लोग आते हैं, ब्रांड ओनर्स आते हैं, मशीनरी वाले आते हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी वाले आते हैं, कन्वर्टिंग वाले आते हैं, रेजिन वाले आते हैं, सब आते हैं, पूरी दुनिया आती है। सो गॉड हैज़ बीन वेरी काइंड। और हम इंडिया की जो कॉन्फ्रेंस का लेवल है, हम ये बोलना चाहते हैं कि ये तो चलो हम 3 समिट्स करते हैं और हम बोलते हैं कि लार्जेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड है, बट इसकी जो क्वालिटी है ना, वो हम बोलना चाहते हैं कि वर्ल्ड की बेस्ट कॉन्फ्रेंस जो है वो एलिट प्लस की कॉन्फ्रेंस है। ऐसा हमारी क्या बोलेंगे, ऐसा हमारी कोशिश है कि वर्ल्ड में बोलें कि एलिट प्लस से बेटर कॉन्फ्रेंस दुनिया में कोई नहीं है।
लास्टली क्या फ्यूचर है यहाँ पर एलिट प्लस का, क्या कुछ फ्यूचर है और विद इन इंडिया कितना 5 ईयर प्लान है?
हम क्या करते हैं, हम एक CEO राउंड टेबल करते हैं। वो ज़्यादा एडवर्टाइज़ नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि उसमें फिर थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है कंट्रोल करने को। वो पॉलिसी मेकर्स के साथ होता है, वो नेक्स्ट फ्यूचर है। ये तो चलो 2500 लोग आ गए, 3000 लोग आ गए, वो सिर्फ CEOs का राउंड टेबल होता है। हम कर चुके, बहुत करते हैं, मैंने शायद पहले की पिक्चर में कराया था। उसमें सिर्फ हम लीडरशिप को इन्वॉल्व करते हैं और गवर्नमेंट को इन्वॉल्व करते हैं। सो फिर सब बैठ के पॉलिसी बनाते हैं कि अगला पॉलिसी गवर्नमेंट का क्या होना चाहिए जिससे इंडस्ट्री बढ़े, जिससे बाहर की जो दुनिया के लोग हैं वो इंडिया में अपना इन्वेस्ट करें। वो हमारा फ्यूचर है। और थोड़ा हम कोशिश करेंगे, अभी थोड़ा सा बहुत पहले चालू किया था कि सिंगापुर में करें, दुबई में करें, ताकि बाहर की दुनिया को भी दिखाएं कि इंडिया की जो कॉन्फ्रेंसेज है वो किस लेवल की होती है। आपका साथ बना रहे तो इंशाल्लाह करेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू, बहुत आपका धन्यवाद। प्लीज़ चाय पी के जाइए।
मैम लुक हियर।
Ma'am, look here.
Thank you, ma'am.
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद आपका, बहुत थैंक यू सो मच।